Okay, I think we should be live just now. Let's just check on YouTube itself and see that everything is all good. Yeah, awesome. Right, so yeah, guys, it is that time of the month again where we have our Lokal Småskaligt videos to take a look at. So yeah, okay. Oh man, so yeah, today was quite an interesting one. Lots of crazy stuff going on. Lots of crazy stuff. Yeah, I mean, first off, apologies that the time of this had to change a little bit. I had originally planned to do this at like 7:30. I think I'd scheduled it for 8 o'clock, but you know, time just things changed around. My Swedish class, they decided they wanted to do their group work a little bit later. So yeah, we did that at I think 7:30 instead of doing it at 2 p.m. as we had originally kind of planned to. But yeah, again, that's just how it goes. Just how it goes. So we got our stuff done. We have a muntliga presentation to do tomorrow. So oral presentation. So yeah, fingers crossed it goes okay. We have to talk about the suggestion of a language requirement for Swedish citizenship. So that should be quite an interesting one. That should be quite an interesting one. So yes, but as I was saying, today is our Lokal Småskaligt assortment for February as well. So yeah, we should get started on that. Just sorry, guys, absolutely, just gasping for a drink, just grasping for a drink of water, you know. Although this is beer chew, this is vodka. This isn't water. Yeah. Okay. But I was going to say something else, and it's gone right out of my head now. I think I'm getting early onset Alzheimer's, probably. Oh, what was I going to say? That's going to really annoy me now. But yeah, no, other than that, I went to town. Oh yeah, I posted my good friend Harry over at Blue Nose Beer Reviews. He gave me a box for our friend Thomas in the Netherlands. And so I posted this box down to Thomas. Harry was having bother getting out of England because of the whole Brexit thing. So he sent it up to me in Scotland. I flew it to Stockholm, brought it back down to the south of Sweden, and then mailed it to Thomas in the Netherlands today. And it cost like 620 Swedish crowns to mail that bugger. It was so 62 euros, like 54, just shy of 54 pounds. Just craziness to send it. It was 8.5 kilograms, right enough. So it's just crazy price to kind of send that thing. But yeah, I did that today. Then I had a massive big falafel ruler because I was like, I've not had one of these in about 2 months, so why not? Just did that. And then, yeah, I went to pick up an extra beer from Systembolaget, and now we are at the time to go through these. I see we've got 2 comments already. We've got Jeremy Sperling, virtual hug. Thank you. And we've got Valdo. James is in the house, his own house. Absolutely. And Vanessa is saying hello. And nice to see you, Vanessa. Saj, bro, yeah, sending stuff from Sweden is always crazy expensive, sadly. Yeah, no, it is. I was surprised, though. I thought it might have been around, 400 crowns at most. But yeah, 620 was a bit mental, to be honest with you. Harry was surprised as well, so that was a bit crazy. But yeah, no, the other thing that happened today, that was the other thing I wanted to say. Just before I actually started filming this, I had a little bit of an issue with my camera. Like I seem to have knackered the spring mechanism for the memory card, so I had to use a knife to pry the memory card out of the camera. So I'll need to have a little look on YouTube after we do this today and see if I can figure out how to fix that. But in fairness, I was actually looking around review number 3000 of replacing the camera and things like that. Going for 8K or something like this, and just upgrading the equipment, because I think I've had that camera about I think I've maybe had that camera around 4 years, about 4, maybe 5 years now, come to think of it. So yeah, the equipment is about due an upgrade. I need to upgrade my phone as well, actually, come to think of it. I've had probably the new computer, and my computer is about 3 and a bit years old now. So yeah, I need to, my computer's actually still very, very powerful and very good. It's just the battery in it is dead because I use it so much. So computer doesn't so much need replaced, but camera needs replaced, and so on. But yeah, enough about electronic problems. I'll need to figure out if I can fix the camera. Otherwise, I'll film on my phone for a little bit and then get a new camera after my exam next week. So I filmed enough reviews to kind of go forward for a little bit. But yeah, there's a stockpile of stuff just now. I've just filmed the remaining, I was in the process of filming the remaining December Lokal Småskaligt. I managed to rattle through most of the January ones just with maybe 5 or so left, I think it was. And now we've just had the delivery of February's Lokal Småskaligt. And then I sent Riku in Finland, to, what do you call it? About €100 or so for my next finish box. So you'll see maybe we'll do a wee live stream Thursday night next week, and we'll unbox all the finished stuff. That would be quite cool, actually, because that's the day after my exam. So that could be quite fun to do. There we go. Okay. Oh, we've got Rodney Trotter's beer reviews. Oh man, do I wear a rucksack to beer festivals? I don't think I ever have, come to think of it. No, maybe I've worn a backpack to 1 or 2, because a few breweries have wanted to give me beer, and I'm asked carrying it around in like just a carrier bag. So maybe I've worn a small bag to beer festivals, but yeah, never a rucksack, I don't think. Never a big proper one. But yeah, don't know what that's to do with anything, but okay, fair enough, Rodney. Love the name, by the way. Love it. But yeah, guys, let's get cracking on these. Let's get cracking with these beers then. So, this one, I think, is a good place to start. This is a good place to start. So yeah, this one. So first off, we have another beer from Elm 11. So these guys are a new brewery. They started releasing their beers last year. They do some awesome like Gozes and Berliner Weisses and stuff like this. But this one is called Stars Are Other Suns. So this one is another fruity sour ale with pink guava, peach, and mango. So yeah, I think this one should be very, very nice. It sounds like it's going to be another kind of Berliner Weiss type beer, this one. But yeah, Stars Are Other Suns. If you are watching in Sweden, you can order these beers nationwide. This is a really good brewery. Their sours are kind of on par with the likes of Morgendagens, Fermentararna, and all of these kind of guys. This one is a 5%er, nice 5% kind of thing. So yeah, that is our first one today. Elm 11. Elm 11, Stars Are Other Suns. Looking forward to that. We're going through the bottles first, by the way, guys, because basically this Lokal Småskaligt is actually fairly big. I mean, this is a 40. Yeah, this is a 40-piece one. Look at this. 40 beers this time, because there was lots of stuff that was quite interesting. And there was 1 or 2 that I couldn't get, unfortunately. But yeah, 40 beers. And the total was 1,658 kroners. So that is roughly 166 euros, roughly. So yeah, 166 euros for this one. So for 40 beers, I think that is not too bad, actually. Not too bad in the slightest. So yeah, there we go. Forgot to do that at the start. Brain, as I say, is not working these days. So we're saying, Mersey says I'm creepy because I want to look all the hippie beer reviews in my shed. I'm going to sue the pants off him. Oh dear. Oh man, oh dear. Yeah. That drama, man. That drama. Okay, right. Now, this time we go on to one of my favourite Swedish breweries, and this is a style we've been having a lot of from them recently. So, Dugas Brewery, Landvetter. This is the C1000. So, it's another member of the Crush series, which is their series of double IPAs, hazy double IPAs, 8%er. hopefully this is another nice one. So yeah, the C1000 from C1000 from Dugas Brewery. This should be quite nice. Let me just switch this over. So yeah, we can see all of the comments. So yeah, that should be quite nice. Always enjoy these IPAs from Dugas Brewery. And then we have another Dugas one after this. So yeah, this one I thought could be interesting. This one is a Hopfenweisse, and you don't see too many beers of this style around, actually. They did have another beer that they released called Orange this month, and I kind of regret that I didn't order that now, come to think of it. So maybe I'll see if I can order it quickly. But yeah, this one, the Dugas Cloudy, this is a Hopfenweisse from what I understand, 6% ABV. I've not reviewed many kind of wheat beers over the last little while, so I need to try and get a few more German and Austrian kind of things, different wheat beers actually. That would be quite nice. But yeah, 6% Hopfenweisse Cloudy from Dugas. That should be quite an interesting one to try. Yes, so the next one that we have is from Fireside Brewery. Fireside Brewery, who are a little place called Rela on Öland off the southeast coast of Sweden, quite close to Kalmar. And we've had some nice beers from these guys over the last little while. You will see another review from these guys appear within the next few days, actually. The Swedish reviews are going to start again very, very soon in terms of scheduling and stuff like this. But yeah, this beer... This one comes in at 7% ABV, the Flamethrower Double IPA, 7%. So I don't know if you can actually call this a double IPA, to be honest with you. I would argue that this is just a single IPA. But regardless, it should be a good beer. I've had nice beers from them before. Amarillo, Mosaic, and Eldorado. Actually, this, I think, will be pretty nice. So, yeah. Lovely hops in that. Yes. So, that is your first 4 beers. A little bit of oat milk. I've been getting addicted to that stuff recently. I don't know what it is. Love a little bit of it. But yeah, the next one then, we are going to go to, I forget what county Ore is. But yeah, we're going to go to Ore for this one. This is either Jämtland or Dalarna, I forget. I think it might be Jämtland, come to think of it. But yeah, for this one, we are going to go to Ore Brew Company. And I've not had a beer from these guys in quite a little while, come to think of it. But yeah, after the Gold Rush, this one, double IPA, 8% ABV. I'm trying to figure out, it looks a bit hazy, but if it is a New England, it might be a natural haze. I'm not sure about this one. Might just be some kind of crossover. A little bit of New England, a little bit of kind of West Coast. But yeah, there's a wee bit of sediment around there. And then it looks pretty nice. To say, after the Gold Rush, gold mines and stuff up in those parts of Sweden. So yeah, Ore Brew Company. I've been impressed with the beers that these guys have been putting out. So yes, this one good. Oh yes, Sad just confirming. Yes, Ore is Jämtland. I always get mixed up exactly where the border between Dalarna and Jämtland is. I've never been up there actually. I've spent the furthest north I think I've been is Uppsala. So you need to fix that. I do need to go a little bit further north. Luke is asking me, where do you buy these foreign beers? Well, these ones are from Systembolaget, which is I think you're in Scotland, Luke, aren't you? But these beers that I'm doing just now are the local releases through Systembolaget, which is the Swedish state-owned alcohol shop. So yeah, these beers that you're seeing today, I think... There's not even any Danish. Sometimes I'll have a couple of Danish and Norwegian things in with these, but I think all of the stuff that we have in this lot is actually Swedish. All of the beers are Swedish in this one. But so these ones come from Systembolaget. Otherwise, I usually buy beers at Kiosk over in Copenhagen. I often just take the train over there and do that. And otherwise, I sometimes get things from a couple of web shops. There's Beer Dome down in the Netherlands. They're getting a lot of Brazilian beers at the moment, which has been quite fun. I need to finish reviewing the Brazilian stuff that I have just now. Otherwise, I've got my beer mules who I send money and they send me stuff. So yeah, that's where I get all the kind of foreign beers from. So yeah, good. But yeah, the next one then. This is a brewery who I haven't had anything from before. What is it? Carlson O Rye. I hadn't heard of these guys, but this one was an Irish red, and I thought, well, you know, I've always enjoyed an Irish red. If an Irish red is done well, it can be a really nice style of beer. So Scarlet Macaw. This one is what percentage is this? It doesn't say. That's helpful. Brewed in Stockholm. But yeah, no, it doesn't say. It doesn't actually say what percentage it is. I'll need to look that up on Untappd later. I thought you had to have the percentage on these beers. Maybe not, right enough. Otherwise, I'm just being... Oh, no, there it is. It's right down here. You can barely see it. 4.7% ABV. So this one sounds as if it will be a very classic kind of Irish red ale. You don't see this style very often in Sweden at all, actually. Same as Scotch ales. I've still got a Scotch ale to review, actually. I've still got a couple of winter beers that I need to rattle through, actually, before I start publishing these ones. But I need to figure out exactly what I'm going to do with these. Oh, yeah, I'm curious about this one. I'm curious about this. Now, I need to check what style this one is, because I honestly can't remember. Let me just check this one, guys. So this is another brewery that's never featured on the channel before, but they've got some pretty satanic artwork, which I quite like, and I've got a feeling I know what. I've got a feeling I know with this one. Weissing. I tell you what. I'll need to look up this one a little bit later, but I've got a feeling that this one is a Rauch beer. I've got a feeling that this is a smoke beer, and this is what got it. So yeah, the Weisinger Brugghus. Weisinger. Let me see. Brugghus. Am I spelling this wrong? Weiss. This is from my brain. Oh no, it's Vessinger. That's why it's not coming up. Right, Vessinger. Vessinger Brugghus. Untappd. Let's see. I've got a feeling that this one, Vessinger Mosaic. Yeah, this one I think is a Rauch beer, 5% ABV. That was the main reason I got this. I actually have a big Imperial Stout from these guys in my fridge. But yeah, this one, 5% ABV. It was a smoke beer. You know, fill your head, bona fide. I just thought, you know, if it's a Rauch beer, I have to get it. It's kind of a rule, to be honest with you. So yeah, curious to do my first review from these guys. I do have a big Imperial Stout to review from them that I'll need to look at as well, but that one will be saved for another day. So yeah. Yes. The next one then, which brewery is this again? Yeah. I've had one or two beers from these guys before. So this one, Strängnäs, which it's kind of it's in the Stockholm area. This one, if I remember rightly. So this is from Mälardalen Brewing Company. This one is quarantined in a Belgian abbey. So yeah, quarantined in a Belgian abbey. So yeah, a Tripel comes in at 8.2% ABV, and yeah, should be. This one should be quite nice. So it actually says in the bottom here, Skål eller som man säger på Irland, slange. So yeah, we say that in Scotland as well. That's kind of funny. It's quite funny it says there, yeah. Slange. That's cool. So yeah, Tripel, 8.2% ABV. Looking forward to that, actually. I've got a few kind of Belgian-style beers sitting in the fridge. I actually had a Belgian-style beer explode on me, so... You'll have like when you see a review from Vreta Kloster coming up, you're in for a little bit of a laugh with that one. That one just went craziness, absolute craziness. So yeah, the next one then. This time it's another Belgian Tripel. This is another brewery that I've never tried, if I remember rightly. So in Allergen Brewery in Allergen. I have no idea about these guys, so I'm going to have to research this brewery when it comes time to review it. But it's called Triple X, and this one is a Tripel as well, coming in at 8% ABV, and that's probably the reason that I bought this one, just because I like Tripels. I like Tripels, I like Quadrupels, I like Belgian Blonde, actually. So yeah, that's probably the main reason that I got this one, plus the fact it was another brewery that I'd never had anything from. So yeah, this I think should be quite good. There you go, plain white bottle cap on this one. And yeah, there we go. So yeah, we're getting near the end of the bottles. Getting near the end of the bottles now. Got a few more comments in there. Yeah, split my time between Scotland and London. I've been back in Scotland since the 20th of March. Okay. Ah, nice. Okay. Yeah, no, I actually don't go to London that much. I think the last time I was in London was like 2017, maybe. So yeah, I don't really go down there that much. I really should. I'm thinking later in the year to maybe do a little bit of an England tour and visit all the beer tubers down there, do some out and about videos, and yeah, I think that should be a pretty cool thing to do actually. So yeah, we'll see. Where in Scotland are you, Luke? Whereabouts? Mailerdown's Brewery, my hometown. Yeah, I think I've reviewed one or two beers from them before, come to think of it. If you go into the channel and have a wee search, I'm sure there's an Irish Red Ale or something like that that I reviewed from Mailerdown Brewery before, come to think of it. So, yeah, I've seen that beer was going to come, but forgotten about it. Now I'm hyped. Okay, yeah, no, enjoy that. Yeah, right, so yeah, let's continue with these. Recommendation from Hokkan, who actually sent me a few beers from his local area, but I was struggling to get information from them, so those reviews had to be delayed. But now I have the information on the brewery, I need to sort out the issue with my camera and I need to get them filmed. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, so this one, Stalaholmens. Is it Broughus? Yeah, Stalaholmens Broughus. Apparently this beer is very, very impressive. This one is called the Najaden. It's an Imperial Licorice Stout. And you know the Swedes, they love licorice. They love licorice. So, yeah, this one should be pretty interesting. This beer had a really, when I looked it up before ordering it, because I ordered this one separately actually, this one had a really high rating on Untappd, so I'm really looking forward to that actually. This one should be very, very nice. So yeah, that'll be cool. That will be cool. Next then, yeah, Jedril. I don't think I've had anything from this brewery before. I know of this brewery. I've heard of this brewery. But, you know, again, this was one of the ones that I just had to buy. This is just one of the ones that I had to have. Oh, yeah, okay, wait a second. We need to go back. So, yes, Hokkan is the one who suggested this beer. This one, yeah. So, yeah, Hokkan very kindly sent me a couple of beers from his local area, from two breweries, Breiglabbet and the other brewery's gone right out of my head now, but they're still sat in the fridge over there. And yeah, I've got the notes, so now I can get them filmed. So I'm quite excited for that actually. So yeah, no, thank you for the recommendation, Hokkan. I managed to get this one, so glad about that. But yeah, anyway, back to this one. I'll go through the other comments just in a wee second. I just saw that one. But yeah, this one. So Jedril, and I forget where these guys are from. I honestly can't remember. But yeah, this one is the Practicants Rukel. So basically the apprentices smoke beer. So yeah, again, it's a smoke beer. You know, there's a bit of a rule. When there's a smoke beer, I have to have it. So again, 5%. Oh, it's Gävle. I've not reviewed too many beers from Gävle, actually. So quite excited about that one. I've heard about this brewery. I've known about these guys for quite a while. So nice to finally feature something from them on the channel. So hopefully this turns out to be quite nice. And as I say, I love this style of beer. Yeah, 3 bottles to go. So the next one then, this is a brewery that I always enjoy reviewing stuff from actually. So Eskilstuna Ölkultur. Big shout out incidentally to my friend over at Glass. Yeah, I wonder if Ricard will actually join us for a little bit tonight. So yeah, Eskilstuna Ölkultur. This one is their 14th anniversary beer. It is a barley wine, if I remember rightly. I think this one is some kind of barley wine. Yeah, it's a barley wine, American barley wine, this. An American barley wine. So yeah, I always enjoy this brewery. These guys are really nice. They remind me a little bit of like Malmö Brewing Company because you know, it's, how would you say, they're kind of like a brew pub. They just brew like small batches and things like that, and they always try lots of different styles. I mean, I've had black IPAs, I've had lagers. I think the one thing I've not really tried from these guys would be like a New England or a West Coast IPA. I've not had IPAs from them, but I've had tripels, quadrupels, Scotch ales, Irish red ales, lots of different stuff actually. So I really enjoy keeping an eye out for the beers from this brewery, and the anniversary beers tend to be pretty special actually. So I'm really looking forward to trying this one. I always enjoy these Eskilstuna beers. Now we have one from a very, very highly regarded brewery here in Skåne in the south. So, pardon me, Nerd Brewing. This one is a new version of the Infix. So yeah, let me just check this because I have reviewed stuff from the Netflix before. I'm seeing on the feed that the picture's gone a little bit kind of shitty. I don't know why it's done that. We'll see, but that's annoying when it does this. But let me just check something, because there has been a few versions of this thing, and I'm trying to remember which version of this beer that I've had. No, so the original Infix that I had was the Caramel Macchiato edition. So this is a different edition. This one is the Vanilla Macchiato edition. So yeah, Nerd Brewing Infix, 10.5% ABV, Imperial Stout. I think this one should be pretty interesting, actually. So yeah, these guys doing in Sweden at the moment, they're getting their beers out there worldwide a little bit more. I actually managed to put Hannes from the brewery in touch with the guys at Puhasta in Estonia when I was filming my interview down in Puhasta in Tartu. So that would be cool to see a Nerd Brewing Puhasta collaboration, actually. That would be awesome. But yeah, looking forward to this one. This should be very, very nice. The last bottled beer, the last one, Närke Kulte Brewery. And unfortunately, we know that these guys, I kind of wanted to leave this till last because we know, unfortunately, that Håge Victorson, who's one of like the godfathers of the Swedish beer scene, he died recently. He died recently, unfortunately, from, I think it was cancer that he had. But yeah, he was one of the godfathers. So I think I mentioned it in my last Närke Kulte Brewery review. But yeah, this one, is their Dublin Stout, 4.4%. This should be quite interesting to try. Stout. You don't get too many low ABV stouts these days, but yeah, Närke Kulte Brewery, along with Nynäshamns Own Brewery. If you want traditional English and German beer styles, these are the two to go for: Närke Kulte Brewery, or as I say, my brain's not working. That's terrible. Närke Kulte Brewery or Nynäshamns Own Brewery. So yeah, that concludes the bottle section of this. So that was 15 out of 40. 15 out of 40. So yeah, let's have a little look at these comments then. So Lucas saying, I live in Dunfermline when I'm in Scotland. I actually live just along the road in Clackmannan, near Alloa, and I'm a Pars fan as well. So I'm often in Dunfermline to see the Pars play when I go home. Unfortunately, it wasn't possible this time over Christmas, but yeah, I'm a big Pars fan. I love the Pars. First football team I ever saw, and my dad liked football, but he never really followed a club. And then the first game that he took me to see was Dunfermline. So I just kind of followed the Pars ever since. But my grandpa was a St Mirren fan, and we actually he had some shares in St Mirren, which I think came from his grandfather or his father. I can't remember, but we have some shares in St Mirren Football Club through in Paisley. My dad's parents were from Paisley, and I became a Pars fan just because that was the first team that I ever saw. But I've also got a bit of a soft. I mean, my flatmate in Aberdeen was a big Aberdeen fan, so I've seen Aberdeen play. So probably, Aberdeen would be my second team in Scotland. But the love for Aberdeen's nowhere near as much as it is for the Pars. But yeah, Borussia Dortmund. I love Borussia Dortmund, and that was, my dad always said, "Oh, Paul Lambert plays for them. He's the Scotland captain. You need to support Borussia Dortmund." And again, I just followed them. And here in Sweden, I quite like Malmö. my Swedish friends were Malmo fans, and I just kind of joined in with that. So yeah, and then in Japan, my girlfriend, she is a fan of Gambo Osaka. So again, I just kind of joined in with that. So I like Gambo Osaka as well. But yeah, that's a wee tangent there, little tangent there. But yeah, I'm very often in Dunfermline actually. Yes. So, have you seen the Phoenix? Yeah, I've seen the Phoenix Red and the Men. Oh, yeah, I forgot I'd done the Mental IPA. Yeah, I forgot I'd done that one as well. So I've had 2 beers from Melodalen apparently. So yeah, evening Jim. Yeah, nice to have you along, Adam. Hopefully you can join a little bit afterwards. Actually, this beer is very good. Yeah, that was the the name's gone right out of my head now. Let's see, that was the Nayuden. Yep, Nayuden. Yeah, so Stalaholmen is the same county as Melodalen. Melodalen is what is it? Did Melodalen not used to be famous for hop brewing at some point? I'm sure I read that in some research that I was doing for one of my reviews recently. So yeah, yeah, the local ones seem to be extra local to me. Yeah, you must be getting lucky with this one then. So Nayuden, yep. Saw the new Leviathan. Mild as a smoked. Yeah, I've not. I mean, the mild is a style that I really need to get back into. I guess you could consider it as the. I guess you could consider it as the sort of dunkel, if you like, the dunkel of the English beer styles. Milds can be quite nice if they're done nicely, but I mean, English for me, the English traditional beers, it's all the porters and the stouts. I like the darker beers, but mild, I could see that I could maybe be convinced when it comes to milds. I need to try a few more of those. So maybe Adam, maybe one thing you need to help me out with is picking out a few good kind of traditional English milds. That would be awesome. But yeah, I need to look into Leviathan brewing a little bit. What can I say? Noisy Bastards Brewing Company from Sundsvall, small brewery with good beers. Yeah, I need to get those ones filmed once I sort my camera. I'll need to YouTube that after we finish this stream. So yeah, Shauna's saying, yes, I made it. Good to see you live again, pal. Look forward to these reviews. And Belgian beers from Belgian Blueies. Yeah, just a bearded lefty hater all the time. Love it. Absolutely love it. Belgian beer from a Belgian Bluey. Yep, okay. Those wax caps are annoying as fuck. Yeah, they can be, but it's quite easy to deal with them. I mean, for me in the review, what I've found you do is you just take not a tooth knife, just a sharp knife, and you just, roll the bottle round the blade, and that takes off. Then you can just pop it off pretty easily, to be honest with you. I mean, if you just put a little incision in it, it comes off quite easily. And we've got another Belgian Bluey comment. Glow in the dark wax caps are really funky though. I've never seen that, Bevis. Which brewery is it that have those? Cheers, James. Nice to have you along, Davor, my Slovenian beer mule. I'll need to figure out with him to do another Slovenian box later in the year. But on the Davor is probably my longest serving beer mule. And on the subject of beer mules, I spoke to Riku. Earlier on. I sent him the money for the next Finnish box. That will arrive sometime, and then it'll probably arrive early next week, I would think, because the Finnish post is quite fast. And he's in Oulu, so it'll just come across the border then south, to be honest with you. But you'll see a Finnish unboxing probably late next week, and then after that there is an Austrian box coming, and then I am going to talk to Severio, who has commented below as well, about an Italian box in April. So we'll try and get an Italian box in April, and probably I would think I need to get through the stockpile that I've got. So until I get back from the States and being East, I think probably I won't take another. I think I probably won't take another box until later in the year after Severio's box. We'll need to see. But yeah, Davor, nice to have you along. Do you have an English team? I don't really follow English football, to be honest. I used to just follow I used to follow the Scottish managers. I used to follow the Scottish managers down there, but I just kind of lost track of it. I just got when I came to Sweden in 2015, I just got really busy, to be honest with you. I mean, I just got very, very busy. I followed when I was still living in Scotland up until about 2014. I followed the Pars religiously. I never really followed English football. I used to watch the highlights because I just liked watching football, but I never had a specific English team, to be honest with you. Never really Yeah, never really had a specific English team, to be honest with you. But I mean, I used to follow. Probably I would follow German football a bit more because I went from Scotland to live in Germany, so I really like the Bundesliga. I probably prefer Bundesliga to Premiership, to be honest with you. But that's just me. Hallo, God kväll, skål från Trieste. Jag lär mig svenska språket. You're learning yourself. You're teaching yourself the Swedish language. Awesome, Severio. Awesome. Yeah, no, nice to have you along, Severo. This guy is like religious on BeerTube. We've got Luke saying, I watched them film in the 80s and 90s, used to stand by the cage. Yep. And not many pubs here that's special. Yeah, Dunfermline's a bit of a beer dead zone. I mean, there was the De Bruce Brewery in that house. I forget the name of that street. I always forget. I know where everything is in Dunfermline, but I never have a clue where the streets are. But there used to be De Bruce Brewery as a brew pub, and that's kind of shut down now. That's died, unfortunately. But yeah, no, Dunfermline is a bit of a beer dead zone, to be honest. But the thing is, the town in Dunfermline's a bit dire these days. The Scottish councils, they really need to get their act together and kind of lower the rates for renting out shops and things. It's shocking, actually. I mean, because here, if you come to Sweden and you go to Denmark and even Germany and stuff like this, there's so many little independent shops, but the rental rates in a lot of Scottish towns and villages, it prices the independent companies out of the market. It's terrible. It is actually terrible what's happened. But Dunfermline town, Dunfermline's what, about the 8th or 9th biggest city in Scotland, and the town is dire. This town centre is dire, unfortunately. Yeah, and then again, you've got the beer, complete lack of craft beer. So yeah, fortunately, yeah. Yep, no shipping to EU at the moment. Tried reading the UPS guide to do it, sent my head spinning. Seems impossible unless you're a business. Yeah, it's just a pain. The whole Brexit thing in terms of logistics is just causing a nightmare. Absolutely. So Leviathan from Birmingham, owner is Harry's mate, Chris Hogman. Originally the Hogman Pour West. Knobhead Pour. I wonder, I never cottoned on to that. I never actually, because you guys were always going on about that in the streams, the Knobhead Pour. But yeah, I never clicked with that. Never clicked with it. Yeah, it's the second fact. Yeah, no, and that's one of the criticisms of the Scottish government in a way, is that I read a lot on the Pars forum that the government haven't really, they're building lots of new houses on the outskirts, but they haven't built the schools to the schools and the other infrastructure that you need to support all these families. It's basically, Dunfermline's becoming an offshoot of Edinburgh almost these days, I guess you could say. But they've not, as I say, they've not coped with the volume of people moving in. I mean, see, to be honest with you, I would consider, if I was ever to move back to Scotland, I don't know. I mean, I would maybe consider Dunfermline. I quite like Stirling. I was born in Stirling, actually, and I like the kind of central location of Stirling. So I would probably stay somewhere around Stirling. Dunfermline would be a possibility, but in terms of work, it's probably likely to be Aberdeen or Edinburgh that I would work in. So I liked Aberdeen. I had a good time studying up there. And Edinburgh, I don't know. Edinburgh could be interesting. Yeah. Suburb of Edinburgh. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, no. Let's crack on with the cans then. So where do we go here? Yeah. All right. So first off, we have this one. This is a little brewery. I think I mentioned these guys. So Znark is their name. So this is a little 250 milliliter can. Yeah, this one I think should be really, really quite interesting. I mean, I've still got the other two to review from these guys, but I found out about this brewery. Apparently, this is a side project of Pang Pang in Stockholm, who are the oldest brewery in Stockholm, actually. So, yeah, this one should be quite interesting. I've got another IPA to review from these guys. I've got an Imperial Stout, but I have to say I like the little 250 cans. This is just a nice tasting amount. I'm not a big drinker, to be honest with you. I'd be quite happy to have 200 milliliters of each of these beers that I've got and just, do that as a tasting. And sometimes, the 440 cans and things are a wee bit much, to be quite honest with you. Just a little bit much. Let's see. Okay, so the next one. So it's beer number 16. Yes, we go to Brewski once again. This should be quite interesting. I'm not sure what to make of this one. This is another one of their kind of dessert series things that they're doing just now. So this is the raspberry licorice vanilla sorbet, 6%. It's not a Berliner Weisse, I don't think, this one, but it does have wheat and oats in it. So I'm not sure whether this one is going to be like the kind of it's not, you know, it's not going to be. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure what to make out of this one. Raspberry licorice vanilla sorbet, 6%. I'm guessing it's going to be a Berliner Weisse. I think it could be quite interesting, this for sure. So yeah, awesome. Yeah, I always enjoy these kind of dessert series beers from Brewski. So yeah. Oh, and this next one, I always enjoy this series as well. This one, Gothenburg, OO Brewing. Awesome IPA brewery. Another member of the 50/50 series, which is their dual hopped New England IPA series. This time we have Citra and Simcoe. Age old kind of combination. This one, we know it works. So the question is, with this beer, how good is it going to be? I enjoyed the 100 Nelson Sauvin, and I enjoyed the 50/50. What was that? Equinox Mosaic. I think it was Equinox Mosaic was the last one. So yeah, this one I think should be a really interesting combination, actually. I wish they would do West Coast versions of these as well. I think it would be interesting if they did like a West Coast version of these beers, actually. So yeah, this should make for another interesting one. I always enjoy those. But yes, yeah, looking forward to this one, actually. So we've got a bunch of Korean and Japanese and Chinese on this one. So yeah, rice lager. This is from Stockholm Brewing Company. Yeah, I got this because I love, I've had quite a few rice lagers, and it's a style that it just really strikes me. I just love it. I love, I eat, my girlfriend is Japanese, I eat a lot of rice, so on. So yeah, I do enjoy a good rice lager. But yeah, you can see it's got the Korean hangul in there. It's got the Japanese katakana, then it's got the Chinese pictograms on it as well. So yeah, the rice lager, 5.2% ABV, Stockholm Brewing Company. This should make for an interesting one. Need to shift these beers over there so that I've got enough space. There we are. Yeah, see, we're getting a few more comments coming in. Move to Edinburgh. I can be there in 2.5 hours. You must be hooring it up from Liverpool then. If you can reach Edinburgh in 2.5 hours, you must be speeding, unless you're taking the train. Yeah. I'm just over the border in Carlisle, but would love to move to Glasgow. Well, Glasgow's nice. Glasgow's quite a fun city. I don't know if I would actually be able to find. I probably could work in Glasgow with Python and Java programming. But I think, the finance centre is more in Edinburgh. And of course, there's a lot of stuff you can do in Aberdeen as well. I don't like working. I'm kind of like, I'd rather, if I'm working, I see it as renting out my time. So I just go for the highest wages that I can. That's it. That's it. So I don't know how high a wage I could get in Glasgow right enough. But in Edinburgh and Aberdeen, you can get, can command pretty high wages, to be honest. But yeah, Glasgow's a good fun city. Why are you not wearing the rugby top? Come on, man, we've waited a long time. Not actually into rugby, to be honest with you. I'm not really into rugby at all. Played a little bit of rugby at school, but was never that into it, to be quite honest with you. More a football man. But yeah, no, well done to the Scotland rugby team. Well done to the Scotland rugby team. The can is too small. You'll never beat my 105.9% with that little thing. Oh man. I think, well, it has to be. Is there not a rule? It has to be a Duvel to beat the 105.9%. I thought it had to be a Duvel. I thought there was a rule about what beer it was. But yeah, the raspberry is interesting. Yeah. Oh, you've had this raspberry sorbet. Yeah, that should be quite interesting. I do have a raspberry sour from Fermentarana. Yeah, Fermentarana, I think, or Fermentariat, I forget. It's a can, 440 can. I think it might be Fermentariat, actually. So I need to look at that one as well. Yeah, the can of dessert is lovely. Yeah, definitely. I'm drinking a chocolate cherry cream pie from Pang Pang right now. I like it a lot. I never had. Did I review that one? I reviewed a couple of beers from Pang Pang. I like Pang Pang stuff, but I think it could do with just being a little bit thicker, almost. I think the Pang Pang beers have got really nice flavour, but I think they just need a little bit of a thicker kind of They just need a little bit of a thicker mouthfeel, to be honest with you. But they've got lovely beers at Pang Pang. Yeah. Have you heard of The Body, black metal band? No, not really into black metal, to be honest. I like my folk metal. I like folk. I do like a bit of power metal, thrash metal as well. Yeah, folk and thrash metal are probably more my kind of things. But yeah, Northern Monk did Rice Lager as part of their old flag. I saw that, yes. Yep. I saw that. That was one. I kind of wish that I'd spotted that, because I would have picked that one up. I would have loved to have had a go at that one, actually. I need to, the next time I'm home in September, I need to try and get a few Northern Monk beers. That was a brewery that I would have loved to have got a couple of things done on this cycle of, Scottish and English reviews. But unfortunately, it just wasn't to be. There was a couple of Scottish breweries that I wanted to try and get, but because of the whole lockdown thing, I couldn't make it through to Glasgow, and I couldn't make it through to Edinburgh to get a hold of the things. But yeah, no, I would love to have a wee go at that old Flax Lager. That's maybe I need to talk to you about that, Adam, at some stage, is to send you some cash and get another English box organised, because you're quite good with the logistics and things. So that could be quite handy, actually, to figure that out with you later. Maybe some more Northern Monk could be an interesting thing. Absolutely. Yeah, let's crack on then, guys. Let's crack on. So the next one. Yeah, looking forward to this. So 10 Hands Brewing. 10 Hands. These guys are from Karlstad, which is on the banks of, I want to say, Vänern. This is on the northern side of Vänern, if I remember rightly, one of the two great Swedish lakes. There's probably more Swedish Great Lakes than that, come to think of it. But yeah, these guys, as I say, are from Karlstad. Yeah, this one, sour beer. I think this is a Berliner Weisse, if I remember rightly. I can't remember what fruits and stuff they've put in it, but it looks like it's different berries, berries and mango, just by the looks of this wee kind of guy on the front of it. So maybe is this a mango, and then you've got blackberries and raspberries. So yeah, this is the first sour beer I've had from these guys, but they're doing some really interesting beers up there. Yeah, 10 Hands Brewing. Yeah, this one I think should be quite nice. First sour beer from these guys. I've been impressed with the IPAs. But yeah, it's pretty nice. Should be pretty nice. Oh yeah, this one I'm curious about. This. So Brugghus Niton, who are from Karls. Are they from Karlskrona? Or are they from somewhere else in Blekinge? They're from Blekinge anyway, and they're from out that way. I forget. Is it Karlsham? That's it. They're from Karlsham. They're not from Karlskrona. But yeah, these guys are from the western side of Blekinge. Brugghus Niton. And this one is the Cloudy Sunrise. I hadn't had a beer from these guys in quite a while, and I just thought this sounded quite interesting. So this is Idaho 7 and El Dorado. This should be a really nice kind of soft, tropically leaning New England IPA. These guys, of course, have that one that they did with one of the breweries. I think, was it the Vale? I forget which brewery it was. They did an awesome beer called the International Haze with a brewery over in the States, and it was just top notch. Actually, it was very, very good. So yeah, hopefully this one is a kind of return to form with them. So looking forward to that. That one is 6.8% ABV. Yeah. Then the next one. Yeah, no, the raspberry one I was mentioning earlier, it was it was Fermentarana, not Fermentariat. But yeah, this one I'm curious about, because I really enjoyed the last IPA I had from these guys. This one is Fermentarana. This is called Dressed for Swedish Summer, New England IPA, 6.5%. Like I say, the last one I had from these guys just had a big hop flower on it, and I think it was just simply called IPA, and that was seriously well done. So really, really looking forward to this one. Fingers crossed this is a good beer. Very much looking forward to that. 6.5% New England Hazy IPA. That'd be awesome. Fermentarana. Yes. Oh, right. This time. Stigbergets. Yeah. Tropicos IPA. I actually thought I'd had this before. I thought they'd released this in like a very small 330 milliliter can. But yeah, another New England IPA from these guys, 6.2%. One of the things, I was quite annoyed because Stigbergets have released two beers recently. One of them which was called Amazing Blaze, and that's a West Coast IPA, and they also released a black IPA. The annoying thing for me is that I can't get those in Skilnet because they're only being released in the Gothenburg area. So I was annoyed about that because I really wanted to go at Amazing Blaze and the black IPA. I was so excited when I saw Stigbergets were doing a black IPA, but they don't send it to. It's not coming to Skåne, so. Yeah, that's really, really annoying. But this one should be quite nice. 6.2% IPA. We know that Stigbergets are very capable in this style. So sure, we can expect a solid beer from that one. But as I say, I'm in the huff with Stigbergets for not releasing their West Coast IPA further south than Gothenburg. Got a few more comments then. We've got a few more comments. Chocolate cherry cream pie, steady on, lad. It's only Tuesday. I thought James would be a big Mayhem fan. Well, see, the irony in that is that I'm supposed to be, bearded lefty wanker, basically. So Mayhem are maybe a little bit right wing for that. I've never actually listened. In fairness, though, I've never listened to them. I mean, I know. Is Mayhem the one that's Varg Vikernes? Is Mayhem the one with Varg Vikernes? Yeah, no. If Mayhem are the one with Varg Vikernes and Euronymous and all that kind of thing, then I know them. They're the Norwegian. Yeah. So I know that. But yeah, I've never listened to Mayhem. I know the story behind Mayhem, if it is the band I'm thinking of. But yeah. Severio is saying we have the IPA, APA, or Belgian Pale Ale. Why nobody comes out with the EPA? Yeah, that no one would come up with an EPA, European Pale Malt. Yeah, that's an interesting point, Severio. Exactly. Yeah, correct yourself. Yeah, no, that's an interesting point. The German IPAs, I think, the German malt base and the American hops, I think, is an interesting combination as well. So maybe yeah, this, because Davor and I have talked a little bit about the Slovenian IPA, because the Slovenians have got a load of hops, and unfortunately, Slovenia is just a geographically quite small country. But although the Savinja Valley is one of the biggest hop producing regions in the world, so I mean, I would imagine that for breweries to create a Slovenian IPA could also be a very interesting thing. So I don't know if it's possible to have a European one, to be quite honest with you, Severio, but maybe like a Slovenian IPA, German IPA, IPA, these kind of things are possible. Absolutely. Cork and Cask. Oh, I broke it. Cork and Cask for Scottish beers. Love to send you some more, but until they sort out Brexit, I can't send it anywhere in Europe unless I send it when you're in the States. Well, we can figure that out. But Paul gets my pilot box. Be interesting, actually. Yeah, no, I like. I looked at Cork and Cask, and they've got a decent selection, but Cork and Cask is thin. Cork and Cask is one that I do need to have a little there as well. So yeah, no, I need to look at that later on. The Wee Beer Shop in Glasgow is pretty good as well. I can get the Edinburgh. What say you go on a date with the creepy Robney after lockdown? Absolutely, but just fancy a bum? Definitely keen for that. Lovely. It is. He was in Bert's. Bertson was the other one. I thought Bertson was his own band, but glad the irony wasn't wasted on you. Yeah, no, always. Yeah, supposed to be a bearded lefty wanker, all of these kind of things. So yeah, that's too right wing for me. It's too right wing. Right. Oh, what's this one again? Okay, right. Northern Exposure. These guys are from Eckerö to the southwest of Stockholm, if I remember rightly. This one is called Microcosm. This is another one from their Microcosm series. The Oceania Double Dry Hopped Pale Ale, 5.6% not APA, 5.6% ABV. This one, Motueka and Simcoe. That's a solid combination, this one. I need to maybe make an effort to review more pale ales. There's not too many pale ales are released here in Sweden, and I think I've got a feeling some of the Swedish folk watching can maybe comment on this. I've got a feeling that the reason was that, it's just bang for your buck. I feel there might be like a tax disadvantage for a lot of the breweries if they release pale ales rather than IPAs. And I mean, this is 5.6%. It's only 1% away from being an IPA anyway. So I do wonder if it's a thing about sales. But then again, as I say, there might be a little tax disadvantage to paleos in Sweden. So maybe that's why we don't get so many of them. Maybe that's why this thing is getting annoying. It keeps catching on the table. Yeah. So let's just keep going then. I'm going to sit cross-legged. There we go. Right. Yeah, this one. So, Helsingborg, and a collaboration between two Helsingborg breweries that I've not seen them do before, which is quite interesting. This one is called the Starman Returns Quadruple Dry Hopped IPA, 4.7% ABV. As I've been saying in the Brewski reviews recently, I've been really impressed with their lower alcohol stuff as opposed to the higher ones. I don't know. I think Brewski just seemed to have a knack for these lower ABV beers, but Friends Company have got a few interesting things. I think the last beer I had from them was, I think it was a sour, if I remember rightly. It was like one of these kind of attempts at a pastry sour. So yeah, it was quite interesting. But yeah, Friends Company Brewing, that one should be quite nice. Yeah, hopefully it's as good as the other low alcohol ones that we've had from Thingway recently. But yeah, there we go. Oh, need to just watch I don't knock those off the bloody table. There we go. Yeah, the next one, another 10 Hands Caterpillar double IPA. This one, 10 Hands Karlstad once again. Yeah, this is the style that this brewery are really known for, actually. Pretty much until, I think, that one, the last one, until this one, the Daydream. I think all of the beers they'd released in Systembolaget had been IPAs. So this is the first non-IPA beer I think that they've put through the thing. So yeah, the Caterpillar New England double IPA. This one should be nice. I hope they do a West Coast IPA at some point. But those guys were in contact with me after I reviewed their first beers. But this is a brewery to watch out for in Sweden. This will probably be the next brewery who kind of break out in the IPA side of things from Sweden. Some very good IPA breweries here in Sweden these days. Oh, and yeah, what one's this? Right, okay. Gothenburg once again, the beer capital of Sweden. Spike Brewery. This one is called the Barley Gal. It's a barley wine, 10% ABV, 440 milliliter can. This is going to be a monster. This is definitely going to be a sharer. I'll need to sort this out. This will definitely need to be a share can. 440 milliliters of a barley wine. That's just mental, to be honest with you. Barley wines, I think, need to be in 330s. They need to be in 330s rather than 440 cans. Absolutely. Yes. So yeah, we've got a few more comments coming in. Surely any ROI can post to you. Republic of Ireland, what? Do you mean ROI? I think, yeah, in the Irish Republic they can. My cousin lives in Dublin, so maybe I can get him to sort me out with a few Irish beers, actually. I need to get some more Irish stuff on the channel at some point, so yeah, we'll see about that. We will see about getting that, but yeah, we'll figure that out. Let me know if it is Republic of Ireland that you mean, Adam. But yeah, guys, let's crack on with these. Maybe in about half an hour or so, we can open it up and see if any of the other beer tubers want to join for a little chat. But yeah, for this one, we return to Apex Brewing. These guys who are from, is it Nora, to the north of Örebro, if I remember rightly. So yeah, this one, double IPA, 8% ABV. I think there's going to be a few Apex beers released through Systembolaget over the next while. It has been a bit annoying with these guys because they've only been releasing their stuff through Glassbanken in recent times. They must have been focusing on exports. So it is nice to see them putting their stuff through Systembolaget once again. Because the thing is, if you go on Glassbanken, you've got to pay about 80 or 90 crowns for one of these. When it comes through Systembolaget, it's 50. So the markup on the Glassbanken stuff, while it is a very, very good service, don't get me wrong, and I do appreciate Glassbanken for the import side of things, the Danish beers and so on, but I think, marking these up to double the price, I think is pushing it a little bit for the Swedish beers. I'd rather just wait and get them through, through Systembolaget a few months later. Why not? Yeah, the next one. Oh yeah, we have another Stigbergets. This one, Existence, Essence, Transcendence. So yeah, this one This is 5.9% ABV. I think it'll be a New England IPA again, this one. But yeah, it's got a cat on it. People love cats. I'm more of a dog man myself, but German Shepherds. But cats, why not? That should be another quite interesting one to try from Stigberg. As I say, I'm still annoyed at them about that black IPA. Absolutely. Another one from Northern Exposure. This, I think, will be quite interesting. Still to kind of feed my lager phase. Artwork on this is beautiful, incidentally. Look at this. This one is the Stockholm Pils, 4.7% ABV. Hopped with Motueka Pils. That should be really, really interesting. Yeah, I really like this brewery, actually, Northern Exposure. I'm glad to see that they've got a few more beers coming. It's been a while since I've reviewed anything from these guys, come to think of it. But yeah, I think this one should be quite a nice beer. Stockholm Pils. Yeah. Always enjoy a good lager beer. And what is this one? What is this one again? Oh yeah, this is a brewery. This is definitely a brewery to keep an eye out for. Very small, but I've been impressed with the beers that these guys have done before. So Akia Bryghus, these guys are from Kungsbacka, yeah, which is just to the south of Gothenburg. They're in like an old mill, like an old water mill, and I was really impressed with the IPAs that I had from them recently, and this will be my first dark beer from them. So Opaque Imperial Oat Stout, 8.5% ABV. Very much looking forward to that. I love oatmeal stouts and oat stouts. I think this one will be quite special, actually. And as I say, impressed with this brewery. But yeah, 8.5%. It's not too strong, so a 440 of that should be fairly manageable. Fairly manageable. Yeah, Adam was saying he meant the Republic of Ireland. So yeah, just going to fire a wee message into the group chat. Where is it? Say maybe 30 minutes. And join anyone. We'll see if people are game to. If people are game to join, then we'll do a little chat. Otherwise, we'll just end it after we've finished with the unboxing. Yeah. See, it might not even need 15 minutes. It might not even need 30 minutes, maybe about 15. But yeah, the next one then, back to Gothenburg, Spike Brewery. So, yeah, this one, what is this again? This one's Old Iron Bastard, American Strong Ale. Yeah, not sure what to expect to this one, because obviously there's lots of different, an American Strong Ale. I mean, there's lots of different varieties of Strong Ale. I have no idea what to expect from this one. It should be, interesting regardless. So, yeah, 7% American Strong Ale. Repeating myself a lot now because I think my brain is getting tired. Been quite a hectic few days, to be honest with you. But yeah, another Spike beer to look forward to for sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah, this is one that I'm looking forward to. Remeluv Gårdsbryggeri, one of my local breweries here in Skåne. The Black Light Black IPA. This one should be good. 6.6% ABV. But yeah, that's the first Black IPA these guys have released. That was the main reason I got it. I always like keeping an eye out on what these guys are releasing. So fingers crossed this is another good one. Black IPA. Love those. It's Herben in the Netherlands, in the Dutch Beer Collective. He is the Black IPA slag. Yeah, he loves them. Absolutely loves them. Oh yeah, this is one that I'm looking forward to as well. Duck Pond Brewing. These guys are doing some awesome stuff just now. So this one is, this one, the Humble Brag. 8% New England double. I think this is a New England double IPA. But yeah, this one I think should be very, very nice. Definitely looking forward to that as well. So yeah, Duck Pond. I've had some really good beers from these guys over the years. I think there's another Duck Pond in there somewhere, if I remember rightly. But yeah, Duck Pond, known for their kind of sour beers and things recently. Quite a few of my cans, I'm noticing this in this particular order, quite a few of my cans have got dents and things on them this time. So Systembolaget haven't been so careful this month. If I get more beers exploding on me this month, I'll not be happy. I'll not be happy. And I did notice, I actually got this order you know, it actually came in about on like the 4th. I ordered it on the 1st, and it arrived in the shop on like the 4th or 5th of the month, which is very quick, because normally it would be about the 10th I would do this. But, you know, obviously with working over the weekends, I can't do these unboxings for you on the weekends. But yeah, regardless, this one, Humble Drag, double IPA, 8% ABV. This should be quite nice. Once again, lots of good beers this month, actually. I think I need to make next month's order a bit smaller than this one. And yeah, another black IPA. Odd Island Brewing, Bullet Ride. These guys do some awesome beers. I've been very impressed with this brewery. And this is a one that I always keep an eye out on. I don't know how, I don't know if these guys are getting their stuff outside of Sweden at the moment, but this is the brewery that's owned by two of the guys from In Flames. I know that it's Peter Ivers is one of them, but I forget who the other guy is. But yeah, this one is quite nice. But yeah, looking forward to that. Some nice black IPAs to have a taste of. Yes, so this one, another Spike beer. This one I think is a regular IPA. So Who Dat Galaxy, single hop IPA. Look at the artwork on that. That is pretty cool. So yeah, this will be one of the easier ones to drink, I think, this time from Spike Brewery. This is a brewery, I really love what these guys do. I think I review pretty much all of the beers that they release through Systembolaget. So yeah, this I think should be pretty damn cool, I have to say. But yeah, we will just need to see. So yeah, what is this one? 6.5% ABV, single hop Galaxy, lovely hop from Australia. What is it? 14% alpha acid. Again, my brain is terrible today. 14% alpha acid, and oh my god, man! Yeah, passion fruit, lots of other kind of interesting things there. Yeah, let's see what's going on here. Oh, sorry guys, my thingy is just going a little bit crazy. There we go. Let me just check that this is doing. All right, yes, okay. Last 6 beers or so now, guys. Bibliotech, another New England IPA. I never agreed to date you without a beard. It's because we're all just bearded lefty wankers. Absolutely. Bearded lefty wankers. So yeah, New England IPA, 6.5% ABV. This one, 6.9. Sorry, I'm telling you lies. 6.9% ABV. I love this brewery. I really, really like Bibliotech. These guys. I think this must be the 4 original friends. I think this is all 4 of the original guys that started up. Bibliotech. That's probably what this label is actually showing off, their beards and stuff like this. So yeah, I think this one, I'm pretty sure that's Daryl Denecker. He's been in touch with me over the years about different things. But yeah, this is another one I'm looking forward to. These guys are one of my favorite Swedish breweries at the moment, Hylia Brewery. So this particular beer, the Serendipity Double IPA. Another one, is this from their Labs series, or are they seem to be releasing a lot of these little beers in 330 milliliter cans just now. So yeah, because normally one of the best beers, as I say, you're going to find from these guys is the Skånsk Lager. But yeah, 8.2% ABV, this one. Really looking forward to trying that. Not sure what kind of IPA it is, but this brewery are very capable both with the West Coasters and with the New Englands as well. So yes, there we go. Last couple of beers. Take that one in a second. So yeah, this one, Remelöv Gårds Brewery once again. Crankshaft Double IPA. It's only 7.5%, so it's a lower alcohol double IPA. But pardon me, it still should be quite a nice one, this. Fingers crossed it is a good beer. I've had a lot of good beers over the last little while. But yeah, Remelöv, they've produced some really interesting beers over the last while. I think I've got so many IPAs this month. I'm going to be sick of IPAs by the end of January. Absolutely. Another Duck Pond one. Yeah, this is more kind of what they're really known for these days. This is kind of more their sort of thing. So yeah, this one, a Goza with blueberry, cherry, passion fruit, and vanilla. Yeah, 6%. ABV. Yeah, Gozas. I've not had a Goza. It feels like a few months actually since I've had a Goza. It's not a style that I think too many breweries do in Scotland. And come to think of it, I wouldn't know. The thing is, I wouldn't know where to look in England for good Gozas. So I didn't review very many sour beers at all when I was actually home in Scotland this time, other than Vault City. And Vault City have their kind of own style, if you like, to be honest with you. They're not really doing specifically Gozas or Berliner Weisses or anything like this. They've kind of developed their own way of doing things, to be honest with you. But yeah, Goza with blueberry, cherry, passion fruit, and vanilla, 6%er. This one I think should be quite interesting. Once again, I enjoy those big sour beers from Duck Pond. Last two beers, guys. Last two beers, and I think it doesn't seem that any of the other guys are available, so we might just call it at that. But yeah, All In Brewing. All In Brewing. I think this is their 8th anniversary Imperial Stout. These guys are a really good brewery. They went for quite a while actually without releasing anything, which was a shame. Or at least I didn't see their beers, but they're starting to release a few more things now. But yeah, All In Brewing. This one is their 8th anniversary stout. It comes in at 13%, so this is a monster. But a Russian Imperial Stout with coffee and vanilla. You can't really go wrong with that, to be quite honest with you. So yeah, I think this one will be really nice. I also need to see about reviewing that one quite soon, actually. I'll need to see about separating all of these beers into styles and stuff later, because obviously we have to review the IPAs as fast as we can. But yeah, that's going to be quite hefty this month. There's a lot of IPAs in this order. And our last beer, this is one that I didn't realise I was leaving this one till last actually, but I think it's quite a fitting way to sign off. Systembolaget, Ringebräu, Rauch beer. I'm excited for that. That is fappable. I'm very, very curious about this one. I enjoyed the pills that I had recently from Systembolaget. I thought it was really, really nicely done, and it was cheap as hell. It was only like 20 kroners for a can or something like that, which is Swedish prices is really good. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that, to see how Systembolaget do the Rauch beer. I love smoked beers. That's the whole beer style that started my love of craft beer. And, this is the reason why I'm into the malty kind of things. But I hope that we start to see, if they're going to do this, we have seen a few classic beers like barley wines and tripels and stuff from Systembolaget in recent times. So hopefully this Ringebräu is maybe going to be a series of... hopefully this Ringebräu might well turn out to be a series of German-style beers, some Dunkels, some Helles, and things maybe. That could be a very interesting time. That's probably going to be my favourite beer this month, and either I might need to leave it as a treat, or I'll probably review it as the first one. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I need to think about this. There's 40 beers here. There's 40 beers here in here to the... I mean, let me just turn this round and let you see. Look at that. That is my table. That is my little kind of kitchen table just now. Yeah, I need to go and figure out how to fit these into the fridge and play Jenga or whatever. Well, not Jenga. Play jockey or whatever. I don't know. Brain is too tired tonight, guys. Brain is definitely too tired for this tonight. But yeah, that is your unboxing for... That is the unboxing for the February 2021 Lokal Småskaligt. So yeah, I think it looks like the other guys are a bit... it looks like the other guys are otherwise engaged. And so probably, yeah, we'll just call it there. And to be honest with you, I'm quite tired, so I can't actually really be bothered doing a kind of proper hangout and chat thing tonight. But yeah, guys, let's leave it there. So lots of reviews to look forward to. Thank you to all of you who have tuned in. You can look forward to all of these things appearing over the next little while. The Swedish reviews, I start again on the Swedish reviews. Let me just check for you. I'll tell you just now. The Swedish reviews will start again on the 11th. So yeah, in 2 days you'll start to see some Swedish reviews again. I need to sort my camera out, see if I can figure out what's going on with the springs and the card loading mechanism. But otherwise, yeah, we'll figure that out. Maybe I'll have to film on my phone for a little while, which is possible. It's a little bit annoying, but what can you do? What can you do? Sometimes things are just a pain. But yeah, guys, thank you again for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this little unboxing session. I'm going to go away and fire these in the fridge and then sleep because, yeah, tired as hell. But yeah, guys, catch you guys soon. Stay safe with all this corona stuff. Get your injections, wear your masks, all this kind of things. And yeah, we'll leave it there. Thanks again. Ciao just now, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.